Attention.
Alright, let me get this shit started. I'll go the usual route. Getting the factories over here. I'll get them sieves going. It should be good. Enough, really. Let's do Let It Artistic. To the stage, unlike any other stage on Earth, with the sound of artillery fire and the menace of cars zooming in rows and seas, like this Soleil being in constant dynamicism. It was introspect within our situation to ensure stability in the future with our political crossroad.
L'ordre.
So yeah, welcome back to Le Patron.
Gardez vos rangs.
So yeah.
Pareil.
So in case you missed it, I'm doing this series because I want to show off this fucking path. Because this path is really fucking bad.
Gardez vos rangs.
That's all I gotta say though, really. I feel like you guys should experience this
Attention.
as well, because a lot of like I ask it drawn. That's sort of like the default, really, because that's like the fact that has a super van and all that. And that was the first ever path for if y'all seen the Dawn of Madness playthrough.
Pareil.
Kind of like a Louis playthrough. I might redo that since I've gotten better at this whole talking, what the fuck, it's all talking and all that shit.
Pareil.
So let's see if you guys want it.
Gardez vos
Hey,
rangs.
in the meantime, I'd like to show off this shit.
L'ordre. Pareil.
Hold on.
Écoutez.
I'll split that shit up.
Écoutez.
So first, it's going to take
Écoutez.
it.
Attention.
Got all them troops over there. Let's finally get the ball rolling. So yeah, I saw read his little portrait, boy's little portrait description. It's just like one of the few that actually does have them. There are a few people such as there was a passionate adoration as Antonin told. Every element of France geared towards securing his vision, and it all functions much like a theater with several elements at play. In his great mover that France lives in, I never said that it spins toward the center, and everything goes and comes to him. Born from stimulate parents and he had a difficult upbringing as an artist and continued to focus on developing his artistic spirit, eventually gaining politics and various right-wing movements and futurist surrealist movements rise into a point by effective field main endeavor and subsequent communist insurgency years later after the French Civil War. But France fell into combat from socialists against the reactionary government, which is overthrown by the futurist militia across France. Rising attempts of the Asiatic mayorship in France increased immensely the numbers of the Escadron de Filtre. He subsequently began this several measures to secure his power without upsetting the most perfection within the futurist and surrealist paramilitaries. So he quickly proclaimed the FANG, the Front National de Avant-Garde, which quickly got to work by several parties according to the futurist charter as per written by Atoll itself. Now France is being a realm with dynamic system and energy, violent gains across the state suppressing any kind of anti-Atoll activity. Indeed. Now we're about to be fucking surpass all that shit. Also, I think for these paths, the flag changes. Yeah, pretty sure the flag changes if you guys want to get this flag over here. I like all the flags, but I prefer this one. This one's like my personal favorite. My channel banner. You don't know. Yeah, New Year's Day celebration. Let's start this off with a bang. Celebrating the year 1936, Autant Le Patron of France organized an immense public party in Marseille. Beautifully ornate costumes and masks were encouraged and lots of alcohol was made available. The party lasted until January 7th, with fireworks fired from artillery cannons across the city at every hour of every night. Huge bonfires roared ablaze, fueled by the great stock of primitive Renaissance art. In particular, Autant picked out the Annunciation by Rauchner de Verheyen, a 1400s painting in nutted on it. The nut, and we'll see a lot more of that in this particular playthrough. For our latest journey with the powerful rifle incendiary rounds, as crowds cheered loudly, the party had minimal cover from outside the wall, except for the 3 American journalists with positive views towards France. But caused major damage to the city, but everyone had a great time, and now volunteers are cleaning up the mess, and the city continues to be as fiery and fast as usual. The patrol seems to have fun. Indeed. The patrol always has fun. So I'm gonna take this a bit slow over here. Patrol claimed. Oh yeah. Testing out. Yeah, testing out new mod over here. Bit of an experimental playthrough, I guess. And actually, that is one of the reasons I'm doing this. The other reason we don't want to show off SFL, the other being over here, is to test out this little mod that I got. Maybe because I just want to see if it works over here. Apparently, it does. If you can tell, I am not. I did not play test this at all. Because I want to get. So yeah, taking a break from Russia. If I come back to Russia, I want to do Eurasia next, or something in Siberia. Where's Cynthia? It's like something I would like to do. In the meantime, let's get one of each. Reason why is because I want to, that's why. Let's do this. There's a lot of knockouts, goddamn. Really give a shit. So yeah, we're gonna be appeasing the SFL over here. It also means that I won't have the Manchuria, the SFL state of Manchuria over here. So we will have this particular territory to deal with as well. I gotta split. So probably once they take that, set them over there to keep an eye. Yeah, we're gonna do a mini-series with Tuareg over here. There's like 4 paths you can go down to. You can go down the reactionary, the dictatorial democracy, or the futurist. Or you can go into complete anarchy and get subsumed into, oh my god, France. Celebration, just take Madagascar. I'll read this. Free news comes out of Madagascar today. Queen Renewella III has died. These are the chaos in the country. The current heir, Prince Marie-Louise, a socialite in Paris. Now it was Elise Jolie, resulting in the local chapter of the Legale Futurista Malagasy, declaring the Etat Major. Sorry about that. It's not the quality seizing multiple towns and cities, including Anton Neverio and Thompson Nisina. As I said. They managed to open diplomatic relations with the French, resulting in a total making the post but the dream of Lumira's experts coming to the sun. And subsequently, the 2 countries signed a friendship treaty. Romania and the aristocrats were executed, and French immigrants were either exiled or forced to stay. Yet another country comes to our surrealist embrace. Hell yeah. That's a surrealism. Oh yeah, the guy probably didn't know. I should probably do a playthrough on them one day. Anyways, let's not collaborate. turn to the wolves. Turn to the monkey. Let's appease the SFL. The SFL, our intellectual creek over this Captain Oris, have desire which are far beyond our goals. Appeasing and collaborate that would necessary to minimize political instability. Let's see over here. Yeah, probably go down this pier first. These guys have time to see what I want to do. Come on, I kind of wanted to do that. As y'all can see. Yeah, we can be true. We can be the truth right there. Oh god. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just I find that funny. True. This is a true black market state. Let's embrace it over here. Oh, a trade powerhouse. Was attempting nearly. Electronical engineering. Electrical computing. Over here, ready for just in case the shooting goes down. The Fender fans might as well read these. Colonel Maurice de Saint Pierre was a Scottish man. Breathed phosgene gas, shrapnel, the effects of sustained daily binge drinking. His body bore the scars of life. He wasn't even 30 goddamn years old, and yet he felt like a man thrice his age. That was France today. Ruled by a madman, populated by the scarred and maimed and walking dead, all pride was wrung out of the country and its people. Instinctively bled out in the fields of Verdun and Champagne. It was a sorry state, and Maurice could not blame those who would later degenerate further. But he was not that kind of man. Okay. Here in the front of Pierre de Liberation de la France, the military's made headquarters, Maurice sipped a bitter cocktail of cheap gin and even cheaper soda water. Couldn't even get the fucking tonic stuff. Sir, said Jean Paul, handing him the letter, we just received a communique from Parcel. Apparently, it's exceptionally urgent. Poor Jean Paul, 19 years old, completely lost. His entire life plan was to set up and join the army, only for the rat-faced corpse fucker, I thought, to disband the army. Most everybody here consists of leftovers of that moronic move. Disbanding the army wasn't enough to stop the army, no. I have 100,000 of young men unemployed, trained in combat and bitter. That would be our toes downfall. Maurice folded the letter to read it. Dear members of the front, my name is not important. All you should know is that means that I am a friend of old France. As then, you and I must benefit from each other. I have long known of the partisan movements against Sir Richard de Todd, and I support them wholeheartedly. It is of utmost importance to me that sanity, the order, that anything but the damned chaos that surrounds us like a suffocating gas is annihilated. I merely ask for your aid. If you wish to help you in your noble goal, you wish me to help you in your noble goal, there's a street in Caen. We will come here. Yeah. But decide what you're responsible to back, yes or no. At 13, we will come here. And if it is yes, I shall act. I'll reach my next letter afterwards. By reason, I had a choice to make. Well, yes, I'm back and have it delivered to the street. Yeah, the friend of old France. Soon, shit, it's gonna get fucked. Dawn of the Renegade. George Batali has been appointed as Commandant of France to authorize appreciation of its mysticism and hedonistic concepts. Batali shall now begin forming an economy society centered around the accursed snare. In the review, Monsieur Batali. So there's a bit of accelerationism, but get your boy George. That's some consumer goods, but this should be changing soon. They say the state has a weak and tenuous hold on France, divided by urban and rural areas and centralization. And centralizing will be harmful for everyone involved, so it's an insult to believe statism is part of futurist ideal regardless, and so they create an act of confederation, making France de facto confederation of politics with high autonomy for all of them. So instead of integrating them further, I think with here. Agreeing all that shit there, and not like throwing it away with the state or bringing back Celtic shit. It should be Confederation instead. Look at that flag. Nice. Oh yeah. The fires are gone. In the morning, Maurice was woken by a tear with a constant replies to her on the holidays nights. Once Camilla shaking him awake, a harsh, excited desperation in his voice. Maurice, the crazy bastard, did it. At least 15 different crazy bastards with 15 different insane ideas went through his mind. Right, do we need to clear up? No, look. Just clean yourself up, you got a package. Maurice, after a strong look in the shave of the rusty ray, snubbed out of his office into the headquarters proper. Everyone was awake. The about to accelerate, they waited for Maurice. They all huddled around the radio listening on the news. Oh, spirit above the Newcastle stage, we still have no sign of the mayor. Fire reached the second floor and the firefighters are unable to get inside. As the commander had said, there was indeed a package besides the radio. It was wrapped in a thick brown paper tied up with twine like a Christmas gift. On top was written in pencil, only a few words, to a fellow friend of old France. Maurice opened it, slowly not sure what to expect. Inside was another letter, folded with a box of cigars. Old cigars from before the war. Probably kept in some basement for decades before being rediscovered. He opened the letter, his hand shaking. Dearest friend, as you have asked me to, I acted. I sent this package ahead of time, so you may receive it either before or after I've acted. I'm sure you've heard of it on the radio about Carl's poor mayor. No matter. I believe this has to live out our friendship. We have important matters to discuss when we meet, while I insist shall be soon. The fin of France is now bound with you, with me, and with every fellow friend who has recognized our total government, for its falsehood that it is. Whatever shape the reborn France may take, I know its birth shall be uneasy and bloody. I can supply men material for you, simply tell me what you need. Signed, old friend of France. P.S. Enjoy tobacco. Friend indeed. Let's hold the other cells as soon as possible. Indeed. I've got 2 battalions, look at that. Might play some of that. Accelerationist. Yeah, much of accelerationism going on today. It's my wait, no, the nationalists. Yeah, Brazil's doing the thing with shit. Checking real quick. And it's the future of France. A friend of old France has come to the headquarters of Cancel, brilliant blue eyes shone behind his thick cloth. Probably an Arab, but one of the unlucky bastards of a French governor and a maid. That would explain the clothing, where he's figured. The Arab had strange customs and strange dress. I wonder what it says on so many ladies in the desert was beyond him, but it didn't matter. All it meant was that he drank from his winged glass with a straw. Definitely strange, but Maurice didn't feel like criticizing a new friend for the oddities of his dress worthwhile. Maurice, my friend, he said. I don't know what you envision for the state of France, but let me lay out my vision for the world. We both wish to see our total deposed for us to establish ourselves as the contender for the French leadership. It is true to the direction we wish to take. The vast state shall be overthrown, this place shall rise a socialist paradise for all workers are free from capitalist oppression. Like avoid the Germans. See, I think the Luxembourgers won that. How big this fucking tree was. So they could fucking... You probably do this thing. There's something over there. Oh yeah, a razor over there. And I tell you. What razor? It happens every time. It's like a nose. Let's get heavy ones just in case. Military intelligence. You. Oh yeah, the banging compromise happened. The Ma clique joined over them, so that means I think it's still civil war. That's what happened there. Anyways, the future is red. It wasn't long before the propaganda posters started being plastered everywhere. For bread, for land, for freedom, one must oppose the dictator or toad. For the free of our friends, for the socialist cause. We just walked through the streets, trying not to gaze too long at them. He did not know if the police were watching or even if people would pay attention at the posters. He just wanted to walk down the street. If any of old friends was valuable, in fact, without his help, it's more than likely that Maurice would have been in yet another drunken stupor, waiting for his day to die. Now there was purpose, there was action, there was hope for free France, bringing forth from the war spring, bringing water to the thirsty. It was its own way beautiful, but by God above, he was not used to this work. It was hard work, stressful work. He could feel his muscles tighten with stress, even if it was just sitting. Every morning he would wait to know his fresh fallen hairs on his pillow, but none of that mattered. That there was to be a revolution for the workers, and he would gladly work his hands to the bone. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution indeed. That's going down. But there's a little civil war. Will there be anything left in the Empire? Maybe. No, that's the Austrian Reich. The hell is the Commune over here? Wishes Africa. Interesting. The headache. A friend of old France. Emmanuel loved the name for himself. He was simply inspired. Simply, completely inspired. He sat in the cafe, stripping away some espresso. It tastes like absolute shit. Yet another product insanity that I consume in France. If you cannot rely on Parisian cafes to have decent coffee, then what in the hell could you rely on? Nothing, that's what. Coffee didn't need to taste good, though. He just felt off today. Like someone else was nagging at his mind somewhere in the back, inexpressible and constant. Felt like something was pulling at him. But he finished his espresso. It tipped well. The wage staff deserved it after all. Working for a living was respectable. It was good. It was the type of France he wanted to promote. He didn't even blink when he requested a straw from which he drank an espresso. Of course, people stared at him. They always did. But no one could see his face under the cloth. That was good. He needed to stay hidden. If the cloth made him stand out, he could just go to Algeria and lay down there. A black car drove up to the cafe and he got inside. The driver was told Carly to go to the corner and drop him off on the main street after that. Who knows? Me and Maurice discussed the plan. Make that man offer alcohol. But if he had to sip some bitter wine or so, I thought he would. The head of it go away, Emile. Do not worry. Indeed, poor Emile. Not too loud. Let's finish him with that anyway. The war within. Manuel was not feeling well today. There was a feeling, a tick in the back of his mind. What was it? What was it? Didn't matter. He continued with the plans. Maurice once found him speaking about something. God, what? Could he repeat that? Speak slower, please, Maurice. Speak slower. I'm not able to hear that he wasn't saying that. At least his mouth wouldn't say that. Something flashed in the corner of his eye. Is that a person? Surely one of the prophets was passing through a nearby corridor. Yes, exactly. A prophet moving nearby. In this room that had only one door. No corridors, and yet just hear Maurice. That didn't make any sense. But it was the only explanation. He wasn't crazy after all. Absolutely not. People who were insane, they were the ones with power. He was fighting them. He wasn't insane. That's how it worked, right? That's how it worked. The tugging. Someone had lopped the chain into the back of his skull. He could feel it. The wounds, the dragging friction and metal. It hurt. It hurt so much. Tugging the chain, pulling his brain out of his fucking skull. Todd opened his eyes and breathed out a sigh of relief. It was over. He was in control now. Got yourself, Todd. Got yourself. Where are you? Oh, my poor man. What have you gotten yourself into? He was focused for a few days, and now, friend, some man he had seen most crisp and clear in nightmares was speaking to him. Are you quite alright? Everything clicked. Everything made sense. One terrible, cruel realization. I apologize, my friend. He just said, trying to figure out what was going on. He was in a building, abandoned, yes. You can tell that by the dust on the windows and the... Yeah, okay. This man was speaking, talking about propaganda, about posters, recruiting army. He nodded along, listening to whatever he had said. Of course, Altos said, pointing at a specific part of the map. We could try to strike here. He pointed at the mansion of someone he quite disliked, some idiot who really didn't believe in him. On futurism and merely in his own power. Limiting him would be used, and these idiots could do and get themselves arrested even better. Maurice said. Yes, I think so. Thank you, friend. I shall organize the forces as soon as possible. Good, my friend, he replied. I shall see you all again soon. All the world's a stage. You're a player, are you not? See, the old friend. Some guy. It was me, I told. Over here with that suit. That suit. I don't know. He do be styling though. Let Patron be stylish. There's apparently two knees here. This is the horrors, I think. Anyway, it's about time since so. But that, really quick. So I'll probably read this and then call this a day. It's me live reading. That's fine. I should probably finish the Act of Confederation and call it in. Anyway, partition partisan. Maurice retired to a post. Screaming his longer about betrayal and hatred. Whatever he was saying, he was completely lost to it, Toad. He didn't really care what some raving lunatic was saying, screaming about freedom, restoration of France, some vague and ill-defined view deposing on Toad and recreate France. They would inevitably fail just as the old one they loved. It didn't matter. He sat and watched the madmen rave. The militiamen were laughing with each other, talking about the man they were charged with executing. It was a mercenary sometimes. People were just too far gone to call them people anymore. It was a form of torture. There were many madmen, friends, people so blinded by some love of the past, so that the preserve would never work, and the Toad just did not understand it. It was understandable, of course, that one would want to keep things the same. Status quos are comfortable, but they also are the bane of progress, something to be discarded despite the discomfort. The unknown, the fear that you felt when something new, was no different than the pain in muscles one had after a good run. It was a sign of improvement. Those who denied that would rather watch their own collapse and embrace their future. And now Toad watched the militia raise their rifles, reset him, trying to find some remnant of mercy, some humanity, something other than pure calculation in his eyes. He found none, and died sobbing. Not a successful foray, indeed. But the articles of Confederation. The Act of Confederation, sorry. Not the articles. I'm going to be doing a little bit of this first. They probably embraced the black market. Yeah, I probably think it's probably going to embrace the black market so I can have this. Anyway, I'm the Mad Artist. Gone through the Friend of Old France event, and we're going to really get into the SFL. and really get into some fucked up shit. Until then, I'll see y'all later.